Welcome back, guys. My name is Natalie. Today I am going to be guiding you through some movement. We're going to be doing a yin yoga class. And yin yoga, unlike your typical vinyasa or hatha flow, is more focused on the joints and connective tissues. So this form of yoga is a more passive yoga. It is the yoga of surrender. So we are letting go of any engagement of the muscles so that we can really dive deeper into the health of our connective tissues. And yin yoga is proven to improve synovial fluid or increase synovial fluid. And essentially what that does is it lubricates our bones and joints and makes us more mobile so that over time we can still maintain range of motion as we age, and so that we can be more comfortable in our daily lives and not have those creaky, achy joints. So this particular practice is going to be really great for anyone who has tight hamstrings, tight hips, or has any low back pain. So what you need is either a yoga mat or a blanket, or if you're on carpet, that's fantastic as well. And you're gonna wanna set up next to a wall. So if you're having a yoga mat, take the edge, the short edge of the yoga mat all the way up against the wall. And then you're also gonna wanna have a blanket. And if you don't have a Mexican blanket like this, just any blanket will do, folding it about like this, and then one more. So into a square, and then hot dog style fold one more. And we'll start with this off to the side. So once you get set up, I'm gonna have you come onto your backs with your feet closer to the wall. You're gonna bend into your knees. Take the toes up next to the wall. Allow the sacrum and the low back to relax into the ground. Knees are bent, soles of the feet rooted. And let's just start with a little bit of centering. So take the arms down away from the sides, palms face up. And just begin to breathe. Tuning into your natural breath, growing awareness of how you are showing up currently. Feel the low back melt into the ground. The shoulders soften. All of the muscles in your face relax. Feel all of the muscles in your body become soft. Feel the mind drawing more at ease with each breath. Then opening the eyes. I'm just going to scoot your seat closer to the wall. Start where you still have your knees bent, maybe toes are curling up onto the wall. And then we're going to take your right leg up so the heel is resting on the wall and the leg is straight. From there, we're going to take your left ankle and cross it over your right thigh. Now for some of us, this may be too much. And if so, scoot yourself away from the wall a little bit. The closer you are to the wall, the more intense the pose will be. So finding that space, and then slowly begin to bend into your right knee, planting the sole of the foot on the ground, creating a 90-degree bend in the knee. If your tailbone is lifting off of the ground, scoot yourself away from the wall so you can relax the low back fully. And begin to feel the stretch in your outer left hip. If you don't feel anything, get a little closer to the wall. Once you feel that sensation in the outer left hip, focus your intention on softening in that space. Feel every muscle surrounding the left hip relax. Feel your low back melt into the ground that supports you. Every muscle from your toes to the crown of your head is soft. And just tune into your breath. Become aware of your inhales and exhales. Allow yourself to feel any sensations present without judgment. Every inhale, you breathe in more space into the body. Every exhale, you sink into the ground and release tension from your being. Take 3 more breaths, softening with each inhale and exhale. After your 3rd breath, moving very slowly, begin to extend that right leg long, creating ease in that outer left hip. Then use your left hand to guide the left knee, grabbing behind the hamstring to plant the foot on the wall. Bend both knees, separate the feet a little wider than hip distance, and take gentle windshield wipers, allowing the knees to move from right to left, moving slowly and mindfully. And let's hug the knees into the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. And we'll switch sides. Extend that left leg. The leg is straight. Heel finds the wall. Then we'll take the right ankle this time, crossing it over the left thigh just above the knee, so on the quadricep. This creates that figure 4 shape with the legs. And once you find that shape, you'll begin to bend into the left knee this time, planting the sole of the left foot onto the wall. And you may notice this side is different from the last. If you need to shift away from the wall or maybe wiggle towards it, find that space where you meet sensation. Where you meet sensation, but you can still surrender into it. And once you find that space, close the eyes. Allow the arms to relax by the sides. And once more, observe your breath. With every inhale, create space in your outer right hip. With every exhale, you breathe away tension. Focus your mind on that hip to send the message of relaxation. There is no need to tense. There is no need to fight. This is a time to relax, to find ease and surrender. Feel yourself melt into the ground. With every breath, your body becomes more like jello, soft, supple, and at ease. If your mind begins to wander, observe the thoughts, but bring your awareness back to the breath. Take 3 more breaths here. After your 3rd breath, straighten into the left leg. Allow the heel to rest on the wall. Slowly use your right hand to guide the knee off, planting both soles of the feet on the wall, separating your feet wider than hip distance. Gently find those windshield wipers. Allow the knees to fall from one side to the other. And then hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Now rolling to one side. You're going to press up so you can scoot yourself as close to the wall as you can go. So take one hip all the way against the wall. Take your hands back behind you. You'll land onto one forearm so that both feet can find the wall, and you'll shimmy your way back so that the spine is long and straight. So the feet are up the wall, and we'll slowly begin to walk them away from each other. So coming into what is called dragonfly on the wall. Taking your feet as far away from each other as you can. Sometimes towards the end you have to take a little wiggle, getting them to draw a little closer to the ground. But you want to feel this in your inner thighs. And if this is too much, if this puts any undue strain on the hips or the knees, then let's take the soles of the feet together instead, so that the outer edges of the feet are on the wall, and allow the knees to fall away from each other, taking butterfly on the wall instead. So taking whichever variation of the pose you would like, begin to find ease here. So know that in Yin Yoga, our goal is to find sensation and surrender into it. But if you find any pinching or pain, that's something that we want to shift away from. So if you need to modify, like taking the butterfly instead, take whatever posture suits your body best, so we can work deeper into the joints and connective tissues. In whichever pose you've found, allow the inner thighs to soften. So if you feel them tensing up, maybe take the hands to the inner thighs and say silently to yourself, it is safe to relax. Allow that tension to melt away. Feel the hip flexors relax and soften. Feel the low back melt into the ground. And maybe take the arms down away from the sides with the palms shining up. Come back to observation of the breath. Notice the rhythm of the inhales and exhales. Notice any thoughts that may be arising in this deep stretch. As yin of the practice of surrender, it teaches us to find ease even amidst the chaos. Our hips tend to store a lot of trauma and stress. So when we take the time to work deeply into them, it can bring up emotion, anxiety, that fight or flight mentality. But instead of following those urges, see if you can soften around them. Soften the muscles of the face. Allow the shoulders to melt into the ground. Relax the hips. Relax the jaw. Becoming aware of the thoughts that come and go, but actively choosing not to follow them on their journey. Take 3 more breaths in this stretch. Relaxing and surrendering fully in these last moments. And then slowly using the hands underneath the knees, gently one leg at a time, moving very slowly so not to shock the joints and connective tissues. Draw one foot back onto the wall and then slowly guide the other to do the same. This time we'll walk away or scoot away from the wall. Let's take the soles of the feet on the ground. Take them about mat distance apart or wider than hips. Arms out into a T, and then drop the knees from right to left. And then gently draw the knees back into the chest, rock from side to side. Then roll into one side, press yourself up, slowly rise. Moving into our last pose, we'll take the blanket and you're going to put it all the way up against the wall. And for this last pose, it is called Viparita Karani, or reverse process. And it reverses the blood flow in the legs. So for this process, it's not recommended for anyone with blood pressure concerns, anyone who has eye pressure issues such as glaucoma, and in some practices it's not recommended while on your menses either, just because it is reversing the flow of blood. But this pose is really, really great to reinvigorate the legs. If you're sitting or standing for long periods of time, it can really help to alleviate any pressure on the joints. And it's also really great to kind of restart our system, to restart the blood flow, recirculate everything so it's fresh and new. So I highly recommend this pose, but if you have any of those contraindications, you can take butterfly on the wall instead, or if you'd like to just take a shavasana laying on the ground, then you're free to take that as well. So for Viparita Karani, or reverse process, same thing as before, except we're gonna sit onto our blanket. So get one hip as close to the wall as you can. You're gonna come down on the forearm that's away from the wall. Scoot your hips closer. Come onto your back. Draw the legs up the wall and then scoot so that you are perpendicular. Your spine is perpendicular to the wall you're against. So your butt should be all the way up against the wall. your legs, the heels, and you just want your legs straight up the wall. Now, if at any time you feel any tingling or numbness in the feet, take the soles of the feet together and find butterfly as you slide the legs down the wall. From here, let's nestle the shoulders underneath the back so the heart is open, the chest is lifted but relaxed. Allow the arms to relax on the ground away from you with the palms facing up. And then close the eyes. Once more, observe your breath. Become aware of the rhythms of your inhales and exhales. Feel every ounce of your being become soft. Notice any sensations you feel. Notice what thoughts arise. Witnessing as a third-party observer of all the sensations and thoughts that appear. Tune into the rhythms of your body, the beating of your heart, the breath as it expands and relaxes in your chest and lungs. Notice what you feel within. Is there any tension you can still let go of? Surrendering here for 5 more breaths. After that 5th breath, slowly bend into the knees, planting the feet on the wall, roll to one side, shifting off of your blanket in a fetal position. Taking a moment here and then when you're ready, rising back into a comfortable seat. And just take a moment to feel any differences in your body, your mind, your spirit. Where do you feel more at ease? Where do you feel more space? And bringing the spaciousness with you through the rest of your day. Allow the eyes to open, bringing hands to heart center, ending with gratitude. Gratitude for yourself, your body, for this breath, this life. I thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you soon with another video and hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste. Hey guys, just one more quick note. Harmonizing Healthcare is actually offering online herbal consults at this time. This is a really exciting offering for those of you stuck at home that still want to get that holistic care of the body, to have the tools to boost your immune system and really take care of your mind, body, and spirit. So check out their website, harmonizingcare.com, for more information. I'll also include more info below or above, depending on what platform you're looking from. Thanks.